here at the Forum Lane, we're ready for the championship match. Stepping into our live pictures, you'll see in a moment for this final match worth 15 to the winner is this man from Rochester, New York, 26-year-old Tommy Kress. After 42 games, the tournament leader. Now, one game, shooting for the title. Neither with the title, neither eligible for the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Hugh Miller is the opponent who eliminated Steve Cook.
This young man, the oldest player on the telecast at age 26, an unknown quantity, but he is very, very confident, Chris. He really, really believes he can win. He says it's a one-in-a-lifetime shot. He's going to make the most of it.
And down low, cranks it up. Marks with a strike. Very colorful. Tommy Kress from Rochester, New York. All right, now, equally cool from Mercer Island, Washington, 23-year-old Hugh Miller, who eliminated Steve Cook, 226, 6 strikes to Cook's 158. Cook, incidentally, picked up a check for $6,000. So he answers the first frame strike of Kress. So East versus West, Bo.
Chris, in a comparison in styles, Tommy Kress, flamboyant, much like Marshall Holman, the former title holder here, who will be giving up his title to one of these two players in the next 20 minutes. And this young player, Hugh Miller, has very much the trademarks of Earl Anthony. Calm, collective, cool, and just grinding away at the pocket.
So, Miller, who had 6 strikes in the previous win, has a double. And now, another look at Tommy Kress, shining that ball, a little over 230 average, golf and table tennis or his other sports. Owns a pizza and sub shop in Rochester. Little reaction at the line by the 26-year-old bachelor.
The profile of Tommy Kress, a tall player at 6 foot, powerful at 190 pounds, takes that ball outside, but re-loops it back in line with a very short backswing, then cups that wrist and cuts loose the foul. And this particular shot sent the 5-pin just sailing into the 7th. All even through 2 frames.
Three-bagger for the tournament leader in our final championship match with 15 to the winner, 8 to the loser.
And this is the kind of action we expected earlier, Chris. It just seems like a little inexperienced affected the first 3 players today. Although neither one of these players has been on telecast before, they are showing the cool of experienced pros.
And we're still even. 6 shots, 6 strikes. Look at them. Beautiful sight, though.
That's the way we expected it. That's the way every champion can win major titles. You have to go to your best shot in the most crucial situations. These players are perfect through 3.
All the professionals on to St. Louis for the Rolaids Open at the Dick Weber Lanes. Today, the finals live. Oh, but the 7-4 Hugh Miller. He's 5'10 and 155, whereas his opponent Kress is a 6-footer. 190 pounds.
And both these players will be exempt from routing next week at the Rolaids Open. And then from there, all the rest of the players will be heading up to the Midas in Chicago and down to the AMF Magic Score in Peoria, Illinois.
Explain the rabbiting.
Chris, if you're not a top 24 finalist or one of the top winners, you have to rabbit before the tournament. Hugh Miller is trailing by 1. We'll be back in a moment.
Does Quaker State really help cars last? Over 100,000 miles and still running fine on Quaker State.
8,000 miles already, but I'm taking good care of it, and a big part of that is using Quaker State motor oil.
180,000 miles.
It is all even. We mentioned next week St. Louis. Following week, the finals in Palatine, Illinois, the $125,000 Midas Open. Following week from Peoria, the $125,000 AMF Magic Score Open, and then February 23rd, North Olmsted, Ohio, the $100,000 Ford Open. Powerful strike.
Undoubtedly, Chris, that was his best shot of the match. He caught it all on the upswing, and he really just eliminated that lane of those 10 pins. There was no doubt. Hugh Miller is a very calm, collected young player. He wants to slow things down. Each player is allowed one re-rack, and it was really not necessary. The pins were all legally on spot, but it's a good ploy in a tremendous match game sometimes to slow things down when they're not going your way.
What a battle. Nip and tuck all the way. Each with 99 through 4 frames and strikes up and working in the 5th.
It's more than a battle of just bowling ability. It's a battle of wits out there, Chris. Neither player has ever qualified for the Firestone. Neither player has ever been in this position before. And it's just amazing to their coaches in the young junior program that 2 players will have this much composure under this much pressure.
4-7 on the left lane for Miller.
The first shot in either one of his matches that Hugh Miller did not hit the 1-2 pocket. He laid it a little short and turned it a little too hard. Watch, the ball's out in his proper territory to get a strike, but then it snaps very sharply at the back end, breaking up the 4-7-10 split.
Well done. Well, we're seeing some great shot making here in the Quaker State Open at Grand Prairie.
The 2 styles of each player. On your left, the tournament leader, Tommy Kress, low profile. Watch how he brings the ball outside. See that ball way out there? Not many pros do that. Brings it back in. There's where he makes his adjustment. He's in almost perfect position. Hugh Miller, the same way, in perfect position all the way.
Kress of Rochester, New York, a double. That strike in the 6th, and now for the first time we have a clear-cut lead of 10 pins.
The powerful turn of Tommy Kress on the left and Hugh Miller on the right. 2 different styles. Look at the Miller just rolling the ball. Kress almost down the center of the lane with a tremendous turn, playing in the very slick zone and moving it out to the very dry zone and breaking that ball very sharply at the back. With one more strike, you'll have a 20-pin lead through 7.
Nope, left the 7 in the 7th frame. 9-pin lead at this point.
As the old saying on the tour goes, trust is a must or your game is a bust. Tommy Kress sent that ball extremely wide on that shot and still got it back to the 1-3 zone. Almost got a strike, didn't get the break on the 7-pin. Leads by 9.
For Kress, a spare in the 7th. With a spare working and shooting in the 7th is Hugh Miller. And coming right back.
Hugh Miller has an attribute that is just made through complete practice, Chris. One is he does the same thing before every shot. He takes about the same amount of time. He picks his ball up the same way, and that's